This separates people who train or people who train properly. The lads would know immediately summer's coming because Rio's doing press-ups, chins, dips.
Yeah, your pecs are starting to pump up a bit.
You retire and you keep eating like that, you end up like a hippo. Or have you got a personal goal? Like doing the men's health cover, there can't be better incentives to get in that fucking gym.
I'm Andrew Tracey, Men's Health Fitness Director. He's Rio Ferdinand.
And this is how I build my body.
Bench press first, obviously.
This is the ego machine, isn't it?
Yeah,
ego workout.
Yeah,
As soon as I retired, I started benching like properly. My trainer when I first started, Mel Dean, who's like a rugby player, rugby background, and he likes to lift heavy. So being that from that background, I had a lot of catching up to do. So, but this became really egotistical because it was like if you could do 100, you was in the club type thing.
100 kgs.
Yeah, anything above 100 and above, you was all right. But and I had to work to get to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because in football, you just don't do this type of thing. It's not something that I was ever introduced to or was part of my regime. So yeah, and then after that, this has probably been the main thing that's never changed in all my workout, probably until I arrived here in Dubai.
It's the absolute priority.
If I don't train, I normally judge where I'm at by doing bench.
Yeah.
And I know strength-wise where I'm at.
Yeah.
So if I've not been in the gym for a week or so, I'll go in and just see where I'm at.
Yeah. I like that you really own it, because so many people, like, I guess it's because you've like tried and tested, proven athlete. So many people now are like, I'm a functional trainer. I don't just focus on bench. Like that's for the bros. And you're just like, no, 100. I want to be able to bench press 100 kilos forever.
I don't even know if I can do it now because I've not done it for a
while.
while.
Well, I tell you what. I'm going to spot you, and let's think about that leg drive I was saying. I'm going to give you a lift up. This is a cracking bench as well. I'm going to give you a lift up. How many reps do you want?
5.
5 good reps. All right, let's go. You call it.
Yep.
Up. All right, your bar. Let's go. 1. Too easy. 2. 3. 4. 5. We're at the bar. Just straight in. Second set. 5 reps. No problem. Yeah, the floor. Yeah. Have you ever gone through that phase of like doing? I have a chest day and I have a back day and that sort of thing with it. You have
only post retirement.
Yeah.
So like maybe hypertrophy type vibes.
Yeah.
Like with Mel, another guy we trained with who came through Kate, Mike. I think it's always nice to name check the people that have played a role. You know what I mean? These guys have been really important over the last like 10 years. Consistent, always there training us. Yeah. And we were lucky to have a gym at home, so they're always travelling to us and stuff. So, but having that is important, definitely, 100%.
So next up, pull-ups. Another one like bench always been in your training?
Yeah, this separates like people who train and people who don't, or people who train a bit. Yeah. Or people who train properly.
What I love about pull-ups is 10 pull-ups is just as hard the first day you go in a gym as it is after 20 years of training. It's like golf, isn't it?
It's never really, you don't complete this.
It's
never ever really where you go, I've mastered it. Yeah. So it's always a tester.
And it kicks you the real deal as well in terms of your body composition, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're putting weight on and it's not super functional,
you know what I always think? I think that's you get so many people go, I'm in the gym all the time, and I just think to myself, if I pulled you in that gym and said 10 pull-ups now, or 3 sets of 10, you are tapping out. So it will definitely let you know where you're at. Yeah. I actually hate it but love it.
Yeah. Have you always done this since you first started?
I'd have done pull-ups when I played.
I was going to say.
So it used to come to like, I have to be honest there, it used to come to about, because we didn't have all these S&C coaches and all this like data now that everyone's got. We used to have like a guy from Loughborough University come in and he was qualified and say, right, we're going to do these exercises. But because we were so uneducated, it was like, I can't do too much weight, so I'm going to get too bulky. When that's just never going to be the case. So I'd just wait until probably about March when I can see the summer coming and I can see the beach coming, and I'd do press-ups, dips, pull-ups, anything I'd do.
That's the holy trinity, isn't it?
And the lads would know immediately summer's coming because Rio's doing press-ups, chins, dips.
Yeah, your pecs are starting to pump up a bit.
Well, I never had anything. I never had no physique. I was really skinny right then, really skinny.
So let's have a look. How are you doing them now?
I vary. I would sometimes do close grip for a bit more focus on guns.
Bit of guns, yeah.
Or when I go wide, obviously for back and lats a little bit more. It all depends how I'm feeling, what I'm working on.
So nice. I see you're keeping engaged. You're not coming down, letting yourself sort of go into that forward dead hang. You're keeping that scapula retracted. Yeah. Keeping the tension on. Again, like you say, it separates the trainees.
You
from
can
the
go with that hang and
exercises,
stuff,
doesn't
but
it?
it's like injury, but also I like that being tight like that all
Tight,
the way
keeps
through.
the tension on.
Yeah.
It's tension that builds muscle at the end of the day as well. And it keeps you accountable on the way down, right? So if I was just letting myself sort of just drop in like that,
Yeah.
where there's no control there, where you're
And
actually
it's rhythm as well that gets you back
yeah,
up.
you're like leaning right back, really getting that upper back involved, which is really nice. Keeping that tension on just about there, weren't you? Stopping about there.
Not locking out properly.
Not locking out, just keeping that tension on,
Yeah.
rather than coming through and getting that stretch, which is nice to get the stretch in the lats, but what you're doing is really keeping the tension on, right? Yeah.
I like coming off an exercise knowing that something's been worked.
Yeah.
Hey, when you just go through the
Go through the
motions.
motion. There's nowhere to hide. It's like that with a lot of bodyweight exercises, right? So you can bench press light, you can squat light, you can deadlift light. Your body weight's always your body weight, right?
The exercises we've talked about, pull-ups, can you do 3 sets of 10? I know where I'm at if I can do,
Yeah.
I'm in a good place if I can do 3 sets of 10, right? Good sets. Bench, can I do the 100 for 5 to 10 reps 3 times? Good place if I can do that. Same with press-ups. Can I do like 150 press-ups? Not all at once, but 25s, reps 25s.
Yeah.
Sets of 25, sorry. Can I do, okay, I'm all right. The moment I'm struggling to do any of them 3, then I've been out of the gym for too long.
How have you been traditionally with your nutrition, especially when you were playing? Were you quite switched on, or is this something that's relatively new?
I was aware of it and I was switched on about it in my own way, but it wasn't science.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I know I've got to have a load of carbs before a game because that's my petrol.
Yeah.
Don't know how much for my body, and I know I've got to have some protein.
Yeah.
So I'd make sure I'd have that in form of like salmon or chicken,
Yeah.
like before a game, and in the morning of a game. And then I'd have loads, like massive plates of pasta, huge,
Yeah.
as my fuel. But it weren't scientific to my body, which it is now.
Massive plates of pasta was that. Do you know what you were saying before about there was no sports science? It was
Yeah.
just like, a guy, an S&C coach would come and be like, the massive plates of pasta was performance fuel like 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it? That's
100%.
everyone just eat pasta, eat pasta.
Rice, potato.
Yeah.
I mean, and I was going at, but my point, but what was so, I don't know, misleading about it, I could do that because how much I was burning.
Yeah, yeah,
I was doing like per game 11 to 13K per game,
Yeah.
3 games a week, and then training on top of that. So I needed that fuel.
Yeah.
You retire and you keep eating like that,
Yeah.
you end up like a hippo. Do you know what I mean? You can't move.
Yeah. What's your relationship with alcohol like since you've been out here? How's drink factor?
Yeah,
into
that's
that?
been I'm doing men's health, but I'm social.
Yeah.
And when I'm out with work or mates, I do like to have a social drink. This is my life, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
If I'm gonna have a drink, I'm not gonna just stop for the cover shoot.
Yeah.
I just want to live my normal life as near to normal as possible. And like when I finish this, I'll continue that same regime I'm on. I'll just maybe up the amount of carbs I have.
Yeah.
Because I want to put on a bit of weight.
Yeah.
So my relationship with alcohol is like not crazy, but when I want to have a drink, I'll have a drink when it suits me. I'm 47 now, and I wanted something that was just purely lifestyle driven. I can do this with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
I haven't got to make huge, massive sacrifices. The only sacrifices I'll make are time.
Yeah.
I'll give this time. I get in the gym 4 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week, and just do good sessions. And I'm never in the gym for more than an hour, ever.
Nice. So what does your training look more like now? Since you've been out here in Dubai, what sort of training are you doing?
It's a bit more functional. I train, again, I've got 2 people I train with. One is a bit more rugby background. Theo is really good as well. He trains with us at home, a bit more hypertrophy, heavy lifting.
Still on the bench.
Yeah, still doing the bench. And Armando, we do, who I met actually through a physio. So first time in 10 years that I've gone and seen a physio. It's one of the things I thought I'm going to introduce to my regime. See a physio. I had a bad back when I played. which triggered off a lot of other things. And now he feeds into to Armando, who trains me at the place and the facility where I get the physio. So I get physio, then I go and work out based on what the physio is telling the PT.
Yeah.
To really kind of hopefully try and build my body to be a little bit more kind of bulletproof to injury and age, really.
Yeah, so a little more longevity based,
exactly.
I think, in the long game. Yeah. So it's a row, but how are we doing it? So elbow on the bench.
Elbow on here.
Yeah.
Try and keep as flat as possible along here.
Yeah, nice straight line from ankles to shoulders.
Yeah.
So
wide
we'll
legs
do row first,
to
right?
support myself.
Yeah.
So the rows first. So we go straight up there.
Nice. Big lat exercise, yeah. Yeah, so you're hitting that back, but you're in this strong plank position.
Yeah. All switched on.
Yeah, all switched on. You've got this like shoulder stability here. Yeah, nice. What are the biggest changes you've noticed since doing this more sort of integrated functional style of training?
That I don't need to lift as heavy all the time to have a real impact on my body.
Yeah.
In a positive way, you know, like, again, like bulletproofing myself from injury.
Yeah.
But also making sure that I'm more functional.
Yeah.
Like even the last 2 months, I played 2 football matches. And I've never ever done that without injury since I retired.
Oh, really?
Always had a little injury or niggle because of my back problems, but seeing a physio and then doing training just in response to the physio has been a big help.
Yeah, because this is real technical. You're really nailing every point of your form here. We've got Mando just off screen. He's calling cues. He's not, even for the video, he's not letting you get away with any sloppy reps,
like,
right?
But the me, I'm like, I just love the mix.
Yeah.
I love the hypertrophy stuff. I love the going into a spit and sawdust gym type vibe and having that type of workout.
Yeah.
But then I've really become appreciative of this type of workout as well.
Yeah. I think people think it's either or, but it's not, is it?
No,
it's
mix.
like do this stuff and then go and clang and back. So what's next?
This is like a lateral lunge, really, just with added weight inside.
Yeah.
This is just like something that's probably transferable to if I want to do anything moving-wise, playing a bit of football in the garden with the kids, paddle.
Yeah.
So I started to play now a little bit. So everyday movements, you know what I mean? Not just everything straight lines.
Yeah, so we're moving to the sides. Probably like you were saying, like you'd go and play football, and if you're deconditioned from that at your level as well, that's kind of an injury waiting to happen, right? That's
100%.
For a lot of people. So doing stuff like this is keeping you sort of ticking over, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So how does this look? What are we going for?
Okay, so I'll get my leg out like that.
Yeah. Nice, and sort of, pushing up and through.
Basically like
Nice. I don't think I've ever done a lateral lunge. I've definitely not done a lateral lunge like that, yeah. So talk me through it, what am I doing? So I'm going opposite hand to leg?
Yeah, opposite hand to leg, keeping it as close to your knee as possible.
Okay, so I'm sort of punching it down.
When you get over there, drive it down
straight.
straight in a straight line down.
I'm really pushing up and back?
Yeah, so when you get over there, go slower down, pause at the bottom, and then explode up.
That makes a big difference, doesn't it? Push through the work.
Through your heel. There you go.
Nice, that slow eccentric gives you that sort of, that deceleration, right? And that's what's important. That's where people hurt themselves in sports, is like quick direction changes and stuff.
That's what was hurting me all the time.
Your ability to perform, but then if you're not doing it regularly, it's like
my mind knows where to go and what to do and how fast I should be doing it. But my body can't keep up at this age.
Because you just bench press it.
Yeah. Because I'm just forgetting movements that are actually transferable to the pitch.
So this is like that quick direction change.
Or even just when you're doing paddle, like if you're wanting to go short like this.
Yeah, you're across, you're here.
You've got to be able to, this is perfect for that type of thing.
Yeah.
So this is something that, again, since I've been in Dubai, I've added more.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do you train on your own?
Me and Kate.
You can't train together?
Yeah. So we'll probably train 75%, 80% of the time together. Yeah. And then every now and again, separate the best 20%. No, I'm joking.
Cut that out immediately. How do you find it though?
No, it's fine. We train together but separate workouts.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm sure, testing for trainers, but
Yeah.
we just lift different types of weights.
Yeah,
So it's just like, and that she's got a different requirement for her body type, and so I've got different requirements for mine.
Yeah.
So, and she's got things that she wants to achieve, and we've got different things like that, but we like being in the same environment.
That's what I was going to say. Is it nice to have that time?
And it's
together.
almost like that competitive energy as well. Like, she's gone in the gym, but I've got to go work, and it's like, she's got in the gym today, I can't believe it. And if I do that, she's more even like, I can't believe you've been in the gym today.
So, like, we shot with Kate yesterday, and that's exactly, Kate says there's an element of jealousy if one of you can train and the other one can't.
Yeah, 100%.
Betrayal.
Exactly.
Absolute betrayal,
Yeah, it is. But no, and again, that's why sometimes that's my motivation when I'm away. I'm on the road a lot, so I'm using hotel gyms, etc. And I've got to keep up.
Yeah.
Because I know she's training, she's booked in already, so I know she's not going to turn up. Do you know what I mean? So it's important, again, that in my mind, that's one of the things, because I think we all need, what's the incentive to train? Outside of just trying to look your best and be healthy, there's sometimes got to be other drivers. Sometimes it's competing with like your spouse, my missus, your mates, or if you've got a personal goal. Like doing the men's health cover, there can't be better incentives to get in that fucking gym.